Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Papago Park in Phoenix, Arizona. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network, and it's play-by-play coverage in the 2016 MLK Classic, put on by Southwest Woodbat Classics. And we're underway in a matchup game on the final day of the MLK Classic. This is the Upperclass division, and it features LB Baseball out of Tucson, Arizona, and the Great Lakes Lumberjacks, or GLL Black, as they are labeled in the tournament. As the first pitch was a pop out to the second baseman. That was DeMarco Vasquez that popped out on the first pitch of the ball game for LB Baseball. And now it's Tommy Garcia at the plate. He has taken strike one. And the 0-1 pitch, a soft line drive, caught by the second baseman, and there are two away. So the second baseman for the Lumberjacks, Bo Lovedale, has recorded the first two putouts of the ball game. And it's two pitches on 3 outs, and it will bring up Alex Diaz for LB Baseball. So it's Vasquez, Garcia, Diaz. Then Manny Villa bats fourth for LB Baseball. Efrain Cervantes is fifth. Paulo Rodriguez bats sixth. Kenny Pisano is seventh, and Jacob Landis eighth. As that pitch is over for a strike, the number 9 hitter is Michael Fort, and Christian Ballesteros bats 10th for LB Baseball. And get you the defensive alignment for GLL Black in a moment here, as the breaking ball is over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Michael Caron, the starting pitcher for GLL Black, and he's pumping up strikes here. First 5 pitches, 4 strikes, and the 0-2 to Diaz. That one misses away, trying to get him to fish there, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. And the catcher, Luke Moses Thompson. Carter Elliott plays first base. Bo Lovedale at second, as I mentioned. The shortstop, Ben Carolyn. A.J. Overton at third base. And this will be Overton, who cuts off the ground ball. Throws a little bit low, but it's picked out by the first baseman, Carter Elliott. And that will end the inning, a 6-3 ground out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down first for LB Baseball. After a half inning of play, it's LB Baseball nothing, and GLL Black coming up. Scott Harrison, the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the first inning for GLL Black, and he takes the first pitch low and away for ball 1. Scott Harrison and Ben Carolyn, Carter Elliott, the top 3 in the order. And that one bounces in, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Starting pitcher today for LB Baseball is Alex Hernandez. The 2-0 pitch. That's low and away. Ball 3, 3-0. Hernandez trying to get dialed in here for LB Baseball. The wind and the 3-0 pitch. And that's over for a strike. Took a little off there to try to find that strike zone, and the count goes to 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. Called second strike near the outside corner, and the count runs full. So Harrison, Carolyn, Elliott, then Bo Lovedale bats fourth. Nick Lovedale is fifth. A.J. Overton bats sixth for GLL Black. That's the 3-2 pitch. Well, that's on the outside corner, a called third strike. Better pitch than strike 2. Harrison not able to pull the trigger, and so he is the first out in the home half of the first inning. As Ben Carolyn comes to the plate, we'll give you the rest of the lineup as Simon Colleen plays right field and bats 7th. Luke Moses Thompson is the catcher. He bats 8th. Michael Caron, the pitcher, is 9th. And that first one skips in there for ball 1 to Carolyn. Still working on the defensive alignment for LB Baseball. We'll get that to you here. We can give you the infield at least. I mentioned Alex Hernandez pitching. Jacob Landis, the catcher. Michael Fort plays first base. And that ball hit down the left field line. That's a fair ball, and that's going to get past the left fielder and roll all the way to the fence in foul territory, and it'll be a 1-out double for Ben Carolyn. Carolyn in scoring position for Carter Elliott. Is the rest of the defense then for LB Baseball? Tommy Garcia at second base. Efrain Cervantes, the shortstop. Kenny Pisano plays third. DeMarco Vasquez in left. Alex Diaz in center. And Paulo Rodriguez plays right field. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Final game of the tournament for each of these squads. The first one to Elliott is low for ball 1. Now the set from Hernandez, the 1-0 pitch rather, is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Of course, we say the defensive alignment to begin the ball game. It's a free substitution situation where positions can change without any substitution requirement, as it goes to now 3-0 on Elliott. And so although this is the starting defensive alignment, by no means will it be required to stay that way anyway, or at least without any sort of reporting of substitutions. The next one inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Elliott. First base was open, so maybe Hernandez pitching around him a little bit, but now he's got to face the cleanup hitter with first and second and 1 out. Bo Lovedahl, the second baseman, makes his way to the plate. Lovedahl in there and ready. And the first one on the way, and it's a fastball, belly button high over the outside corner, strike 1. Runners take off, and that pitch down in the dirt, no chance for Landis, as Carolyn steals third and Elliott follows to second. That was more on Carolyn taking off, as Elliott was a step or so behind, but being a trailing runner, typically not going to be the target anyway. And as it turned out, Landis didn't have a good pitch to throw on. And that's over for a strike. And they count 1-2 to Bo Lovedahl. 2 in scoring position and 1 out. Bottom of the first inning and no score. LB Baseball went 3 up and 3 down on the top of the first inning. GLL Black trying to get things going here in the bottom of the first. Pitch just off the plate, maybe a touch low as well, and it's 2-2. Final day of a 4-day tournament here in the 2016 MLK Classic. First of more than a dozen tournaments this calendar year for Southwest Woodbat Classics. Fly ball into right field. Rodriguez over and under it to make the catch. Runner from third will tag, as does the runner from second. And the throw goes to third base, not in time. And the Lumberjacks are on the board. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Bo Lovedahl scores Ben Carolyn, and it's 1-0. So now 2 away in the inning. Elliott stands at third base, and the batter is Nick Lovedahl. And a fastball on the outside corner, a strike. Now the center, the check of the runner at third base, and the 1-strike pitch. And a breaking ball, that's over for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Lovedahl with 2 outs. And a runner at third base, a run in for GLL Black. And the next pitch outside, 1-2. Check over again toward third, the 1-2 pitch. And it is low. Lovedahl lays off, and the count 2-2. Hernandez with the 2-2 pitch. Off the plate, 3-2. Three and two on Nick Lovedahl. A.J. Overton on deck. And the 3-2. And got him with a high fastball. Swinging strikeout. That's the second strikeout of the inning for Hernandez. GLL Black done at the bottom of the first inning, but they score a run on a one-base hit. No errors and a runner left. After one inning of play, GLL Black 1, LB Baseball nothing. 4, 5, and 6 in the order for LB Baseball in the top of the second inning as Manny Villa swings and misses for strike one. Villa, Cervantes, and Rodriguez for LB Baseball in the second. And a breaking ball over but high, and the count 1-1. And now the wind to the one strike pitch, and that's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, LB Baseball 3 up and 3 down in the top of the first inning, trying to get a base runner on here to begin the second. That's low and away. Bounces there, and it's 3-1. Three and one on Villa, and that's over for a strike, and it's 3-2. And that'll miss away, ball 4. So there is the first base runner of the game for LB Baseball. It's a leadoff walk to Manny Villa, and it brings up Efrain Cervantes. And a ground ball to short. Carolyn bobbles, throws to second, safe. Throw on to first base is high and not in time. And that bobble made the difference there. Villa hustling down the line, or hustling between first and second. And able to get there ahead of the throw, so it'll be an E6 on the play at second base for Villa. Cervantes aboard on a fielder's choice. And now 2 aboard with nobody out for Paulo Rodriguez. And the first pitch, a fastball high for ball 1. Pitch over for a strike. Now the set and the 1-1. Yeah, a little extra time taken by Carolyn and the time called by Rodriguez. 1-0 the score. GLL Black with an RBI sacrifice fly in the bottom of the first inning from the bat of Bo Lovedahl. And now that ball off the glove into the backstop, and the runners will move up a base each. And now 2 in scoring position for Rodriguez. Trying to get the ball in play here and get in at least a run. Ground ball foul outside of third, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. A nice breaking ball over, but again high, and the count goes to 3-2. First base open with a 3-2 count to Rodriguez. Kenny Pisano next for LB Baseball. And a foul ball, and the count stays 3-2. Villa at third, Cervantes at second. Nobody out in the top of the second inning. And that liner caught by Carolyn, and that's out number one. Pretty hard hit ball there, but Carolyn able to get to it and make the catch. Runners with some good discipline there, able to get back to their respective bases. Villa to third, Cervantes to second, and now Kenny Pisano batting from the left side against the right-hander. Caron takes low and in for ball one. Now 2 balls and no strikes. And that's grounded foul outside of first base, and the count moves to 2-1. Ball foul to the backstop, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And another one foul to the backstop, and we stay at 2-2. Walking an error start of the inning for LB Baseball. Runners moved up a base. That's over for a called third strike, and Pisano is out number 2. But after the runners moved up, then a line drive for the first out, and now a called third strike for out number 2. And the batter will be Jacob Landis. Top of the second inning, LB Baseball down 1-0. First pitch over for a strike to Jacob Landis. And a breaking ball over, but high again. And they count 1-1. Landis able to lay off there on a check swing. He did not go around, and they count 2-1. And breaking ball slips out of the hand early there, and it's 3-1. And a ground ball over to third. Overton has it. He'll have to throw it across the diamond. He does. It's on the money, but off the glove and out of play on the first base side, and that'll bring in a couple of runs. So a couple of unearned runs here in the second inning as Landis is pushed to second base. And now Landis will come off. And that ball is shot over the shortstop's glove and into center field. That'll be an RBI base hit. And it's 3-1. Michael Fort with an RBI single scores Landis' courtesy runner. Again, should have been out of the inning, but not able to handle the throw. That's off the bag, and that's a fair ball down the left field line. Ford going to try for third base, and he is in as Christian Ballesteros singles. And this is one of those situations as a pitcher, yep, you should have had the final out and got out of the inning. But once the inning extends, you got to refocus and get that final out. So 3 runs in for LB Baseball. Runners at first and third, and that's DeMarco Vasquez, the leadoff hitter, going after the first pitch, and a fly ball to center field will end the bottom of the second inning. But for LB Baseball, they score 3 times, all unearned runs. They do it on 3 base hits, 2 errors in the inning, and 2 runners left on base after an inning and a half. LB Baseball 3 and GLL Black 1. 6, 7, and 8 in the order for GLL Black in the home half of the second inning, and it's A.J. Overton who takes high for ball 1. Now 2 balls and no strikes after Overton, Simon Killeen, and Luke Moses Thompson. And the 2-0. And that's a fly ball hit well down the left field line. That's going to bounce and go onto the track, and a couple of hops to the fence. And A.J. Overton on his way to second base. He'll stop there with a leadoff double. Now the right fielder, Simon Killeen. And turn to throw back to second base. A little bit late there and a little bit wide of the mark. Overton able to get back there. There's a fastball at the knees for a strike. The 1-strike pitch. And took a little off there and gets that one over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Runner takes off, and a ground ball down the line at third and runs right into the tag on to first base, and that's a double play. That bounce works out nicely there for LB Baseball as Pisano, the third baseman, has to go over to the line and right near the bag to pick up that ground ball, and Overton running with the ground ball in front of him. Typically you don't see the runner go on that situation. Thought it was a slow enough ground ball that he was going to be able to get over there, I guess. But runs into the tag, and then Pisano throws across the diamond to double up Simon Killeen. Now Moses Thompson takes ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball outside, 2-0. 2 outs, base is empty, bottom of the second. GLL Black trailing LB Baseball 3-0. Make it 3-1, I beg your pardon. Now the 2-0. And it's a fastball over for a strike, and it's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. And that's fouled out of play, first base side, and the count goes to 2-2. Hernandez, the right-hander, back to the line, the 2-2 pitch. And a breaking ball over the outside corner, a called third strike, and that will end the inning. It is the second, make it the third strikeout for Alex Hernandez. And the GLL Black squad fails to score in the bottom of the second inning. They had a leadoff double, but lost that runner on a double play. And after 2 innings of play, they trail 3-1. LB Baseball sends up 2, 3, and 4 in the order. In the top of the third inning, Tommy Garcia takes outside for ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Garcia with a line drive. His first time up. 0 for 1. And the 2-0. That's outside. 3-0. And that one's over for a strike, and the count goes to 3-1. And that's low for ball 4. So Garcia walks. He's aboard for the first time, and it'll bring up Alex Diaz. LB Baseball finished 4th in their pool, 0-3. So they're looking for their first win of the weekend. They lost 7-2 to Pioneers 18U. They lost 7-4 to Pride Baseball, and they lost 6-3 to Falcons 18U. Pitch over the outside corner for a strike to Diaz. And again, this is just a matchup game that the tournament puts together on the final day. A certain number of teams, depending on how many total teams are in a bracket. So get a fly ball to center field. Lovedahl over to his right. He's under it and makes the catch, and that's out number 1. But again, depending on the total number of teams in the pool, a certain number of teams advance to the championship bracket. So there are a couple of teams or several teams that potentially could play a couple of games today. Early in the morning, maybe a semifinal or a pigtail type game, and then championship game a little bit later on. But then the teams that don't qualify for that championship round play a matchup game on the final day of the tournament. Toss over to first and Garcia back. 1 on, 1 out, top of the third inning, 3-1. LB Baseball leading GLL Black. Here at Papago Park in Phoenix. Runner takes off, pitch a strike, but comes out of the glove of the catcher, Moses Thompson, and so no throw to second base. Garcia steals the bag, and he's in scoring position for Manny Villa, who walked and scored his first time up. Now the check back to second base, and Caron steps off. Now the look back and the 1-strike pitch. And a fastball that's hit well down the left field line, and that is a foul ball. Just wide of the line in left field, and the count goes to 0-2. Now the set from Caron, and the 2-strike pitch forthcoming, but first a timeout by Villa. It was a run for GLL Black in the bottom of the first inning on a sac fly from Bo Lovedahl, and then LB Baseball scored 3 times in the top of the second. That ball foul to the backstop. LB Baseball got the first 2 aboard, a walk, and then an error and a fielder's choice. Put 2 aboard, a line drive, and a strikeout. Put runners at second and third with 2 away. As we get a fly ball into shallow center. Lovedahl back. Now comes in. He's going to play it in front and throw to third base. Not in time. Runner's going to go to second. Boy, a little breakdown there. It looked like a catchable ball in center field. But it'll go as a base hit for Villa as Lovedahl, I don't know if maybe he didn't see it off the bat or just didn't think it was hit hard enough that he was going to have a play on it. And so it bounces in front of him. And then as the throw from Lovedahl goes to third base, Villa takes second. Now a fly ball into right field off the bat of Cervantes. Runner will tag from third. Going to try for the plate. The throw comes in just off the mark, a little bit wide there. And should have had that play backed up, although it wouldn't have changed the result of the play. It's a sacrifice fly for Cervantes to make it 4-1. LB Baseball with the lead. Wasn't a very deep fly ball. Garcia with good speed scores, and then as the throw goes toward home, Villa goes from second to third. So runner at third with 2 outs, but a run in for LB Baseball. They lead 4-1, and the batter is Paulo Rodriguez. Rodriguez hit a line drive his first time up, and now he's going to hit a fly ball into left center field. Hit pretty well. Lovedahl drifting back into his right, under it to make the catch, and the side is retired. For LB Baseball in the top of the third, they get a run on 1 hit and 1 runner left on base after 2.5. LB Baseball 4, GLL Black 1. Nine, 1, and 2 in the order, and it's the pitcher Michael Caron that delivers a base hit into center field. Going after that first pitch, lines it right back into center. And now the batter, Scott Harrison. Turn and a throw to first, and the runner dives back. Leadoff hitter aboard in the bottom of the third inning. GLL Black looking to make something happen here as they trail 4-1. Going to throw over again, and again the runner dives back. Pitch to Harrison outside for ball 1. The next one misses, and it's 2-0. Harrison called that on strikes his first time up. Oh, a runner got a huge jump. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. And they count 2-1. The jump actually mistimed a little bit there as Caron got maybe a couple of steps before Hernandez made his commitment to the plate. Breaking ball high and away, 3-1. And the 3-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Three and 2 on Harrison. The set from Hernandez in the pitch. Off the end of the bat and fouled back out of play. that pitch up and in, and it's ball 4. So Harrison walks. And now 2 aboard with nobody out for Ben Carolyn. Runner from second bluffed and did not go. Ball hit back to the pitcher Hernandez. He throws wide, and that'll bring in a run. So the runner at second, Caron bluffed, and I think that maybe threw things off a little bit for Hernandez, thinking he didn't even have a play at third, but I think he really did. Fielded the ground ball. His only thought was to throw to first base, and the throw goes off the glove of Fort. Allows Caron to score to make it 4-2. Harrison around to third base, Carolyn to second, and the batter is Carter Elliott. Elliott takes up and in for ball 1. Now 2 balls and no strikes. So table set here for GLL Black in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They've scored once to cut it to 4-2, and now 2 in scoring position and nobody out. 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. Pitch over the outside corner, a strike, and they count 2-1. Now the set from Hernandez and the 2-1 pitch. It's high and maybe off the plate. 3-1. Look back in the 3-1 pitch. And that's hit well out to center field. It'll send Diaz back, but he's there to make the catch. Runners will tag, and each will advance 90 feet. Sacrifice fly for Carter Elliott cuts it to 4-3 in the bottom of the 3rd. So Diaz records the first out of the inning as Harrison scores. Carolyn to third base, and the batter is Bo Lovedahl. And that ball hit down the left field line. That's going to dump in for a base hit as Carolyn scores, and it's a 3-run 3rd inning. And we are tied at 4. RBI single for Bo Lovedahl. And now with Bo Lovedahl aboard at first base, the batter is Nick Lovedahl. Second RBI of the day, by the way, for Bo, as he had a sac fly in the 1st inning and now an RBI single in the 3rd. Hernandez turns, throws to first, and the runner back. Runner goes, and the ball hit into a shallow center field. It's the second baseman that drifts over there to make the catch. And so Garcia puts it away, and that's out number 2. Now A.J. Overton, who had a double his first time up. Throw to first and the runner back. A swing and a miss for a strike to A.J. Overton. 4-4 ball game, bottom of the third. A runner takes off way early again. This time, Hernandez able to turn around and throw to second base. It's a 1-4 caught stealing. It will end the GLL Black third inning. They score 3 times, and after 3, we're tied at 4. Kenny Pisano, the leadoff hitter for LB Baseball in the top of the 4th inning, and he takes strike 1. The 0-1 popped up. Third base side in foul territory, playable over there, and that's put away. So first hitter retired here in the top of the 4th inning. The batter is Jacob Landis. First one to Landis, low for a ball. And that's popped up. Just a step on the outfield grass, and it's Bo Lovedahl with a catch, 2 away. Two outs and the base is empty for Michael Fort, who had an RBI single his first time up. And the first pitch over for a strike. And another one for a strike, and it's 0-2. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. And that's a strikeout, and I beg your pardon. That was a pitching change there as Ben Carolyn is on in relief. Again, we don't always get the substitutions, or rarely, in fact, in these type of tournaments, and I missed that, so I apologize. Ben Carolyn gets a 3-up, 3-down top of the 4th inning, and after 3.5, the score is tied at 4. Six, 7, and 8 in the order for GLL Black in the bottom of the 4th. And then A.J. Overton takes outside for ball 1. And a pitch over for a strike, and the count of 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, called strike, and it's 1-2. Overton with a double his first time up. That was in the bottom of the 2nd. And a pitch off the plate, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. That's high for a ball, 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch. That's high, and it's ball 4. So Overton with a walk. Simon Killeen At the plate now for GLL Black, the Great Lakes Lumberjacks. Colleen grounded into a double play his first time up. Takes that pitch for a strike. Runner goes, and that ball bounced off the foot of Colleen, and then a count 1-2. 4-4 our score in the bottom of the fourth inning. LB Baseball 3 runs in the second, 1 in the third. For GLL Black, a run in the bottom of the first. They scored 3 times in the bottom of the third. Now the set of the 1-2 pitch. And that's fouled off. That got a piece of the plate umpire. Yeah, Hernandez ready. Another big lead over there at first base. As the pitch to Colleen is low for a ball, 2-2. Overton steals second base, standing up. So go ahead run in scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. And a ground ball over to third, grabbed there. And going to go back to the runner at second base, and he is out. Good bluff over there from the third baseman. I think that's Manny Villa in there at third now. Overton comes off the bag far enough, and so they throw behind him at second. Didn't slide going back to the bag, and he is out number 1. That's a big out there to erase that scoring position runner. So now it's Colleen aboard at first on a fielder's choice, and 1 out, and the batter is Luke Moses Thompson, who was called out on strikes to end the second. First pitch high, and a throw behind the runner at first base, and he gets back. Pitch misses outside. 4-4 our score in the bottom of the fourth inning in this matchup game. 2016 MLK Classic. And Hernandez steps off. Pitch outside. Three 3-0 the count on Moses Thompson, the number 8 hitter out of 9, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Second walk of the inning given up by Alex Hernandez, and his 4th of the ball game. And now 2 aboard with 1 out for Michael Carroll. First one a strike. Michael with a base hit, stolen base and a run scored back in the third. And a swing and a miss, pitch way up out of the strike zone. And they count 0-2. 2 aboard with 1 out of the bottom of the fourth inning, 4-4 ball game. big lead and a steal of third base there for Killeen as he again got a big jump on the pitcher Hernandez. But the one break for LB Baseball is the fact that Moses Thompson did not follow from first going to second, so double play still in order. The count, no balls and 2 strikes in the pitch. And there is a ground ball to short. They'll go to second for the out, on to first base. And there it is, a double play by not having that trailing runner follow to second base. The GLL Black bounces into a 6-4-3 double play, and they do not score in the bottom of the 4th inning. After 4, we're tied at 4. And we begin the top of the 5th inning as the first pitch is up and in for ball 1. And the next pitch high, 2-0. Christian Ballesteros with a base hit his first time up. Pops this one up first base side near the line into foul territory. Drifts Elliott, and he's got it for out number 1. So I mentioned a little late, but did mention Ben Carolyn out there pitching for GLL Black. He starts his 2nd inning of work here in the 5th inning. And that did prompt several defensive changes. As that pitch is fouled out of play. New hitter up there, Elijah Roth. And I think he's just added on to the bottom of the LB Baseball lineup. The 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1. One out, base is empty, top of the 5th, the 1-1 pitch. It's over for a strike, and it's 1-2. Ball bounced in there, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Talking about defensive changes then, as Carolyn comes in to pitch. Bill Lovedell moves from second base to shortstop. Harrison comes in from left field to play second. Colleen goes from right to left, and Caron, the starting pitcher, out to right field. 2-2, bounced in, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes the count on Elijah Roth. 1 out and the base is empty in the top of the 5th, tied at 4. The 3-2. And a changeup, swing and a miss. And Roth is out number 2, and it brings up DeMarco Vasquez. Vasquez hit the ball in the air both times. Ground ball this time, though, onto the left side of the hole. It's short. Lovedell with the throw to first. And out the call at first base. So Vasquez grounds out 6-3, and that ends the inning. Another 3 up, 3 down inning for LB Baseball after 4.5. Still 4-4. And the first pitch fastball starts the bottom of the 5th inning. Scott Harrison takes strike 1. Harrison, Carolyn, Elliott for GLL Black in the bottom of the 5th. And a breaky ball bounced in there, and they count 1-1. Harrison called out on strikes in the first, then walked and scored in the third. And a fly ball hit deep to left field, still going back, and that's gone. A home run over the wall in left field. Scott Harrison with a swing of the bat makes it 5-4 out of the leadoff spot. Harrison with his solo shot. A Major League Field here at Papago Park. This used to be the minor league complex for the Oakland Athletics. 335 down the lines, 385 of the alleys, 410 to straightaway center field. So got to every bit of that ball to hit it over the fence and left. Now Ben Carolyn will try to get it going or keep it going as he takes inside the ball to the backstop, ball one. So now a single run in the first for GLL Black, 3 runs in the third, and now a single run thus far in the bottom of the fifth. They break the tie and go up 5-4. And a high pitch, a called strike, and it's 1-1. And that ball hit well to right field, but that's playable out there and put away for out number 1. Now Carter Elliott. First time Carolyn has been kept off the base paths, by the way. Had a double, stolen base, and a run in the first, reached on an error and scored in the third. Then that fly ball to right field. For Elliott, a walk in the first, and a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the third. That's off the end of the bat, but hit into right center field, I guess more toward right, and it's a base hit, and then the ball bobbled in right field, and Elliott takes second base. Good base running there. He got a big turnaround first, eye on the outfielder the whole time. It'll go as a single and an E9. That's the second error of the ball game for LB Baseball. And now runner in scoring position for Bo Lovedahl. Bo's had a couple of RBIs, a sac fly in the first and an RBI single in the third. First pitch outside for ball 1. 5-4, GLL Black leads, batting in the bottom of the fifth. The 1-0. That's low for a ball, 2-0. And the pitch outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Check back to second base, the 3-0 pitch. And that's off the plate, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Bo Lovedahl puts him aboard at first base. And the batter will be Nick Lovedahl, who struck out to end the first, popped out to end the third. First pitch high for ball 1. 2 aboard and 1 out. GLL Black has broken the tie in the bottom of the fifth inning. A solo home run off the bat of Scott Harrison to lead off the bottom of this fifth. And next one misses for a ball. That's 6 in a row out of the strike zone now for Alex Hernandez. Look back to second in the pitch. And a hard hit ball knocked down at short, but no play. And I think the shortstop, Cervantes, may be fooled a little bit about how hard that ball was hit. It looked like he dove and got the glove up and ended up almost waiting on the ball. Was able to knock it down, but no play. It'll go as an infield base hit for Nick Lovedahl, and it loads the bases with one out for A.J. Overton. Now Overton off the handle, pop up down the line in left field into a foul territory and out of play. Overton with a double in the second, a walk and a steal in the fourth. Big opportunity here for GLL Black. Bases loaded with one out. They've scored once to break the tie and lead 5-4. The one strike. Over the outside corner, and it's 0-2. And that pitch just misses for a ball. 1-2. Simon Killeen in the on-deck circle for GLL Black. And a ball fouled out of play on the right side. Final game of the tournament for both sides. Again, it is a matchup game. The 1-2 popped up, and that'll get back out of play. One ball, two strikes. Count stays the same here on A.J. Overton. And another 1-2, and that's over for a called third strike. Overton knew it, got fooled on the pitch, looking for either a different pitch or a different location. And he is out for a called third strike. Now Simon Killeen, a double play in the second inning, reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth. And a breaking ball over for a strike. Now the wind and the one strike pitch. Sounds like he broke his bat. Ground ball to third. And the throw across to first base is in time. And the inning is over, but GLL Black breaks the tie. Solo home run from Scott Harrison to start the bottom of the fifth inning. And after 5, it's GLL Black 5, LB Baseball 4. Tommy Garcia leads things off at the top of the sixth inning and takes strike one. Garcia lined out in the first, walked, stole a base, and scored in the third. The 0-1 is outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Garcia, Diaz, and Villa scheduled for LB Baseball here in the sixth. And looked pretty good there. Called a ball, and it's 2-1. The wind from Carolyn, a 2-1 pitch, a strike, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. That's up and in, ball 3, 3-2. Now the wind, the 3-2 pitch. Off the handle of the bat and a ground ball over to first base. And Elliott scoops that one up and taps the bag at first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 6th, and it'll bring up Alex Diaz. Diaz a ground down to end the 1st and a fly ball to center field in the 3rd. Goes after that pitch and lines it foul outside of the bag at 3rd, strike 1. One out, base is empty in the 6th. The 1-strike pitch. That's up and in, and it's 1-1. I mentioned LB Baseball 0-3 through their pool play. GLL Black went 2-1. They lost to Baseball Express out of Illinois by a score of 6-2. As that pitch is over for a strike, and it's 1-2. They beat Evans Pressure Baseball Elite 7-3, and they beat Angels White 8-1. Finished second in their pool. That's off the handle and popped up to the second baseman Harrison as he calls for it, and he scouted for out number 2. Now 2 away for Manny Villa, who walked and scored in the 2nd and singled in the 3rd. Sunny day here in Phoenix, a little bit breezy. Cool temperatures for us, and most everybody's still with an extra layer on, a jacket or something like that, as that ball is hit down the left field line into foul territory and just out of play. A strike 1 count on Manny Villa if he's able to reach. Efrain Cervantes will bat next for LB Baseball. Now the 1-strike pitch. And a fly ball into center field. And in to make the catch, Lovejoy, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. They go in the top of the 6th inning. After 5.5, still 5-4. GLL Black with the lead. Eight, 9, and 1 in the order in the bottom of the 6th inning, and a fastball to Luke Moses Thompson is high for ball 1. He's followed by Michael Caron and Scott Harrison for GLL Black. Next pitch low, and it's 2-0. Again, it's the Great Lakes Lumberjacks baseball program. Now the 2-0 pitch. It's over for a strike, and it's 2-1. And the next pitch misses, 3-1. Moses Thompson, a strikeout in the 2nd, a walk in the 4th. And a swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Hernandez back to it, the 3-2 pitch. Took a little off there, and it's ball 4. Leadoff walk for GLL Black in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now Michael Caron, who started the ball game on the mound. He had a base hit and scored back in the third, but then bounced into a double play to end the fourth. And first pitch misses for ball one. It's an upper class division matchup game. '16 MLK Classic put on by Southwest Woodbat Classics. Runner takes off, throw to second base, a little bit wide of the bag, and a steal for Moses Thompson. You know the count. And a pitch high for ball four. So back-to-back walks to start the bottom of the sixth inning. Will that be it here for Hernandez? No sign from the LB baseball dugout. So, you know, sometimes you get to this point in the tournament where you got to go with what you got, and that may not be the case at all. They may just be, again, it's off-season, travel-type stuff. And so they're going to extend him and let him work through it here as they pitch to Scott Harrison is over for a strike. Harrison broke the tie in the bottom of the fifth inning with a solo home run to lead off that half inning. It takes that pitch for a ball, and it's 1-1. And there's a slow roller, third base side, but foul. One ball, two strikes on Harrison, two aboard and nobody out. Runners go, and it is a called third strike as the throw goes to third base, not in time. So yes, Harrison's retired, but the runner is still able to move up as Moses Thompson steals third. Caron follows and steals second. So now two in scoring position with one out. And LB Baseball will bring the infield in as Ben Carolyn hits from the left side. Takes the first one high and away for ball one. We got to be approaching the time limit. This game was scheduled to start at 10:30. I know it was a few minutes after that, but I don't know how far after. Didn't note the first pitch start time. Ball fouled out of play to even the count at 1-1. Carolyn with a double and a run in the first, reached on an error and scored in the third, then a fly ball to right field in the fifth. Deep enough fly ball would do the trick to get another run in. There is a fly ball into left field, and with the left fielder drifting back, runner from third will tag and score. So there is a sacrifice fly. Moses Thompson scores from third. That makes it 6-4. With the fly ball in front of him and down the left field line, Caron didn't try to advance, so he's still at second base now. 2 outs in the inning for Carter Elliott. And Elliott with a sharp ground ball back up the middle and into center field. Runner waved around third. Here comes the throw. It's over the cutoff man. The run scores, and Elliott gets to second base. I didn't get that throw down for a chance to cut it off, and that gives up the extra base. The RBI single scores the runner from second. It's now 7-4. And then again, Elliott goes to second base as the throw goes to the plate. Now Bo Lovedoll. First pitch wide of the plate, ball one. A couple of runs here in the sixth inning for GLL Black as they stretch out the lead. Ball off the end of the bat and a foul ball, and the count goes to 1-1. Lovedoll 1 for 1. He had an RBI single, but also a sacrifice fly and a walk. There's a fly ball to right field, and it sunk a little bit, but hauled in for the final out in the bottom of the sixth inning. Fly ball ends it, but a couple more runs added for GLL Black in the sixth, and after sixth they lead 7-4. Efrain Cervantes leads it off in the seventh inning and takes a strike. Cervantes, Rodriguez, Pisano scheduled to bat for LB Baseball in the top of the seventh inning, and they're chasing 3 runs. There's a ground ball, and that's through the hole and into left field. That's a good way to get it started. Leadoff base hit for Cervantes. Pinch hitter in place of Rodriguez. So we get a foul ball for strike one. It's Ivan Varela. Now the 1-strike pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 0-2. And a swing and a miss. And Varela out on strikes. And another pinch hitter. And that hit back up the middle, knocked down, so the play will be to first base. And that is in time. Cervantes goes to second. A 1-3 ground out is the second out. And it's interesting here. I've seen teams add to the bottom of the lineup, but I've not seen people inserted in the middle of the lineup, because now here's Paulo Rodriguez. And he takes strike one. Ground ball off the end of the bat, and the count 0-2. Check of the runner in the 0-2. And a line drive, and that's past the third baseman Overton into left field. That'll score a run. I don't know that Overton got a very good look at that one, as that was just a shot past him, kind of flicked the glove, and couldn't get the glove on it. So it goes past him. RBI base hit as Cervantes scores. Rodriguez with his first hit of the day. And now here's Kenny Pisano. Like I said, Cervantes the sixth, they make it the fifth hitter in the lineup, and then two hitters in between. That's popped up into foul territory. Going to be a long run and out of the reach of Overton and Carolyn, who both gave chase. And it's strike one. So we get Varela and then our mystery hitter number 40, who again is not on the paper that we got from LB Baseball. They're inserted there, and then it's Rodriguez, who was originally the number 6 hitter in the order, and now Kenny Pisano batting. And there's a shot pulled wide of first base for a strike, and it's 0-2. Now, through all of that, LB Baseball has scored a run here in the top of the 7th to make it 7-5. And now they've got the tying run at the plate with 2 outs in the inning. 0-2 on Pisano. Carolyn trying to finish it up here. The 2-strike runner goes, and a swing and a foul tip into the glove, and that will do it as Pisano strikes out, and that ends our ball game. LB Baseball gets a run on 2 hits, and they leave one in the 7th, and they fall by a final score of 7-5. Totals on the ball game then for LB Baseball: 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left. For GLL Black, 7 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 6 runners left on base. LB Baseball finishes the tournament 0-4. GLL Black finishes this tournament with a record of 3-1. So that will do it. Again, our final, it's GLL Black 7, LB Baseball 5 from Papago Park in Phoenix. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. We hope to talk to you again soon.